Time to get to know Zach. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Zach and it is Thursday, so I am making my video on the proper scheduled day. I'm filming at an alternate location because Dad's downstairs doing renovations, therefore there is noise and that's going to interfere with the video, so I changed my recording space. It'll only be temporary, so I'm going to be back at it for hopefully the next video or whenever I'm doing a show downstairs. Previously, as in like 2 weeks ago, I reached 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. That is mind-blowing to me. To know that there are 100 people in the world who are watching me, hearing my message about being yourself and expressing who you truly are, that's wild. In honor of me reaching 100 subscribers, I thought I would finally get around to doing a get to know me Q&A video. I have a list of questions that I've amassed over the past 2 weeks here on my iPhone, so let's get right into it. The first question I have comes from Landon Tarinsky, who asks, what's your favorite thing about doing YouTube? Awesome way to start off this Q&A. My favorite thing about doing YouTube is interacting with people, getting to talk with people from a far off place, or like 2 provinces over, wherever, just getting to know different people with various interests, some that you share and others that they may want to share with you. And it's just really neat because you get to experience these things through other people. You can interact and get to know somebody, figure out their interests, and have a conversation. That's what I love about doing YouTube. From Courtney Costin, what made you start vlogging? I started vlogging after watching The Scream Team for a little while, and I just thought to myself, this looks really fun. So I decided, hey, I'll give it a shot. For the first little while, it was really bumpy because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, but then things picked up and I figured that out. That's where I started, watching other YouTubers and being inspired by them, seeing how much enjoyment they got out of it, and through that, I found enjoyment too. Another question Courtney asked that she was totally joking about, but I am not, and I think it's a very good question. Why is Boss so adorable? Boss is her dog who slightly resembles Mr. King on DLV with Danny Duncan and Lindsay Brooks Bell. He's so adorable because he resembles Mr. King. If anyone watches DLV or has seen Mr. King at all, they know just how adorable that dog is. He's like a Chihuahua mixed with some other kind of dog. I don't know what it is exactly, but that's why Boss is adorable. Mandy on Twitter asks, what's your favorite Doctor Who moment and why? I had to think about what my favorite Doctor Who moment was because there are so many that I love. But after thinking about it for a little while, I've come up with the answer. My favorite Doctor Who moment is when the Doctor and Rose Tyler are reunited in the big companion episode when she comes back from the alternate dimension to just kick major butt. She shows up in a flash of light and she's wielding this awesome gun, and Rose and the Doctor had that relationship that is just so appealing to me. Also, Rose is the most gorgeous companion that the Doctor has. All the 3 that I've watched. From Eccleston, Tennant, and Smith, Rose is definitely my companion crush. So, that's my favorite moment. Lou Catherell from The Real Doctor Who Fans asks, what was the inspiration for your channel? My channel that I just previously renamed Zack Attack, was inspired by having interests that not many people connected with. Through school, I was different. I was kind of on the outs of most things. For the longest time, I was so uncertain of where I stood within the school system that I would try to be other people that I'm not. And when I got to high school, I said, okay, no, that's enough. I'm gonna be me, and I don't care if no one else likes it. I'm going to enjoy it, and that's what matters. And when I did that, I found people that I connected with who had the same interests as me, and we got along great, and I finally found my place. That is the inspiration for my channel. Being different is a good thing. You may not expect to find someone who shares the same interests as you, but it'll happen when you least expect it. That is the great thing about being different. We were all born to be different, and if we were all the same, life would be pretty lame, let's be honest. That is my inspiration. Being different, encouraging others to being different, and enjoying that life. Enjoying your life, living it how you were born to be. No one really knows who they were born to be, right from the get-go. It's a work in progress. You gotta keep going with it. But eventually, you figure it out. Also from Twitter, Kelly Marco asks, if you could go back to any time period, which would it be? Being a huge fan of fantasy, I'm gonna have to say the medieval times. Yes, they were dangerous, yes, they didn't make a whole lot of sense, and yes, there was a lot of eating chicken. But I am so intrigued with fantasy and the medieval times that I can't think of any other time period that I would want to go back to. Unless, of course, I just go back a few years to, like, the 50s or something. Well, okay, it's not. If I could go back a few decades, I would go back to the 50s. 1950s, of course. Because I could wear my jacket and totally fit in. And I like their music. Okay, if we're gonna go with music, then I would go back to the 80s. But no, time period. See, this is why it's a hard question. Because I enjoy the 1950s, I enjoy the 1980s, but I don't really know if those were periods. I mean, they're periods of time, but Middle Ages, Dark Ages, different stuff. Medieval fantasy. That's my answer. Now we jump over to CTFXC 18+ on Facebook. And Amy Waters asks a few questions. If you could create a phrase, what would it be? This stems from Charles Trippy, whose big famous phrase is, be a dragon. But he's got that one, so I can't use it. My phrase that I've already created, that I say at the end of all my videos, is live to be different. And be who you were born to be. That's my message behind my channel. Living different, living to be different, is the best thing that you can do. You don't have to worry about what other people think. You don't have to conform to a societal view. You just be yourself. That's the greatest thing you can be. Mayo or Miracle Whip? Most often Miracle Whip, because that's the first thing I find in the fridge. I can't really tell a difference between them. They're just toppings. If you know the difference between mayonnaise and Miracle Whip, please let me know in the comments, because it's just food to me. Who is your celebrity crush? I would say Emma Roberts. She's really cute. She's been in a couple of different things, and I just think she's really well-rounded. Who would play you in the movie of your life? I want to say Spencer from iCarly. Crazy and wacky, and I have a feeling, even though he's like a little bit taller than me, they could shrink him down. Video editing. You can do that, right? Also from CTFXC 18+, Eric Brueggemann, I hope I said that right, asks this. Is WTK your favorite band? If not, why not, and who is? WTK is We the Kings. It's the band that Charles, Danny, and Travis are all part of, and it is an amazing band. If you haven't heard them before, check them out on YouTube or iTunes or anywhere. Now, I would say that We the Kings is my favorite band because I watch CPFXC, DLV, and Charles Clark TV. Before, I would say it was AC/DC. I actually love rock music, so it would before, totally AC/DC, now, We the Kings. And finally, we have Whitney Lawson, who also just put up a Get to Know You Q&A video. I'll link that in the description below. And she asks a few questions. Favorite food or restaurant? My favorite restaurant, by far, that I've ever been to is a place called Jack Astor's. It's a great place. The service is awesome. The food, oh my gosh, the food is amazing. If you ever have the chance to go to a Jack Astor's, I highly recommend it. Do you watch sports, and what ones? I'll take in a live sporting event, but if it's on TV, no. Also, I go to events with my friends, so if my friends are there and it's live, I'll probably go to it. I need that adrenaline rush, otherwise I just can't get into it. Mac or PC? Mac. My family has been using Apple products for a very long time, and I would really find it difficult going to a PC now. Plus, I record on my iPad and my iPhone, so that's probably the biggest indication. Cake or pie? Well, I would say pie, because at the restaurant, if a pie is not up to 100% for the customers, but is still relatively good, it's just been sitting out for a while and whatever, we bring out a new pie, then Lori brings it back to the kitchen and I can have it. Actually, this morning she brought out a whole chocolate pie, and it was like I hit the jackpot. It was great. But I'm gonna have to say cake. I love, love, love chocolate cake with vanilla frosting or chocolate frosting. Either one is fine for me. That is the end of my Get to Know Me Q&A style video. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed, because I wouldn't be doing this channel if it wasn't for you guys. And thank you to everyone who submitted questions. That's all for today. I'll be coming back at you guys on Sunday with my next video. Until then, have a great day, and I will see you soon.